Generals, this is Mark 5 from WeFew, and welcome to WeFew's initial gameplay tutorial that covers city levels 1 through 4. I want to talk about a couple things before we get started, just to kind of set the tone for this game. And that is, this game is as much about resource and resource management as it is about fighting. In order to advance your city, you're going to need resources. In order to build your army, you're going to need resources. And in order to replace the casualties that you're inevitably going to receive, you're going to need resources. So resources are a very important part of this game. Talking about casualties, you need to understand that this is a war game. You are going to be attacked in this game. And in games, there's times you will lose your army. Matter of fact, there's times you'll lose it more than once. And there are times that you will lose your city more than once. My first game, I lost my capital twice. If you cannot handle that, this is not the game for you. I just want to give you fair warning. So, here's what you do if you're attacked. Fight it out. You will never get good at fighting if you don't fight. Too many people surrender too fast in this game. The next thing is learn from your mistakes. You're going to lose. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Don't blame it on Jimmy. Don't blame it on the other guys cheating. Just figure out what you did wrong, learn from your mistakes, and get better. Trust me, it works. And last, respawn and rebuild. Most experienced players in this game are going to respect somebody that has a little bit of grit and they're not afraid to get back in the fight. And respect goes a long way in this community. So here's what you don't do if you're attacked. Don't throw a tantrum. Don't go in chat, start calling people names, calling people cheaters. You know, nobody cares. It's a war game. Deal with it or go play a game like Farmville, where everybody's on the same side and we're all friendly. And don't surrender. You will never get better if you don't fight. We see people surrender as soon as the scouts show up. And at that point, I don't understand why you would even play this game. Stick in the fight. So now that I've said all that, get that off my chest, let's get started with the tutorial. The first thing you're going to notice as soon as you enter the game is that you have quests available. You have protection that lasts for 8 hours, and then there are rebels spawning inside of your city. Those scumbags. So let's deal with this one thing at a time. Talking about the quest, if you select the quest icon, it's going to open up and show you your primary quest. Now in this particular case, we have to build an army base. So what you're going to do is you're going to select your city, and then you're going to come down and you're going to select the build icon. That will open the build menu. Select your army base. And then once you hit the construct button, it's going to open up a slot. Now this is probably a good time to talk about our earlier video, which talks about the layout of the city. Because you kind of need to have an idea of how you're going to lay your city out before you can build the first item. Okay, and I'll put a link to that in the comment section below. So once that gets started, and your city's done, we're going to get a mission complete, and at that point we'll get some XP and some cash. Now I want to take you back into the quest icon, and let's look at the secondary quest. The thing about the secondary quest is they do not automatically claim the rewards. You have to do that manually. And what's important about that is they will not progress to the next quest until you actually claim the rewards. And in a lot of cases, the secondary quests are as important as the primary quest, and we'll see that later as we move along. So talking about your shield is going to last until either the time expires, and the starting shield is 8 hours, until you destroy a building, or until you capture a building that has already been destroyed. Now for this tutorial, we're going to leave your shield up until you get some turrets to defend your city. Let's talk about the rebel spawns. There are two types of rebel spawns. The first type start at the beginning of the game spawning inside of your city. They have a very rapid respawn. They will respawn almost as soon as you kill them. They're a good source of early experience points, and they stop spawning shortly after your city reaches level 3. Now, the second type of rebel spawns spawn outside of the city, usually to the northeast, or I'm sorry, the northwest and the west, and they're on a timer, which is a bit slower than the inside of cities, and they are also a good source of XP, but also of stealing cash, and they will start spawning shortly after your city reaches level 3. So by this time, you should have your city to level 2. Notice that you're going to get XP cash, but now you're going to get a scout vehicle. So you claim that,